started a journey to find an answer.
How can you hate me when you don't even know me?
And found an unlikely friend.
He opened up his heart and became my brother.
Witness how love bridged the widest gap.
I forgive people like you. I'm here to help. Well, folks, this is going to be really interesting when I tell you about this guy, because when I heard about his story and how he was changing the world, I was completely blown away. He's literally shedding racists of their views one person at a time. And that, my friends, that happens to be good news. Please welcome the author of Clandestine Relationships, A Black Man's Odyssey in the Ku Klux Klan. Please welcome Daryl Davis.
Thank you.
Daryl, I got to get into this with you, man, because I just couldn't really believe it when I heard it. You say growing up, you didn't know the concept of racism.
I didn't. You know, I was a child of parents in the U.S. Foreign Service. I was an American Embassy brat living overseas. So I was in grade school back in the 60s, and my classes over there were full of Nigerians, Italians, French, Germans, Spanish, from all over the world. That's how I grew up. So when I was overseas, I was living 12 to 15 years ahead of my time. So I never experienced racism.
Wow, that's great. When did you first learn about racism?
One of the times when I came back home here, I was 10 years old, in 4th grade, and I went to a school where I was one of 2 black kids in the entire school. And so all of my friends were white. And a lot of my guy friends had invited me to join the Cub Scouts with them. I joined the Cub Scouts, went on a march, and a group of white spectators, maybe 4 or 5, began throwing bottles and rocks and soda pop cans at me. I just figured that those people don't like the Scouts. I didn't realize I was the target until my den mother, my troop leader, pack leader all came rushing over to protect me with their bodies. So when I got home, my mom and dad were fixing me up, putting Band-Aids on me and asking me, "How did you fall down and get all scraped up?" I said, "I didn't fall down." I told them what happened. For the first time in my life, my parents sat me down and explained to me what racism was. And when they told me why I was being hit, I didn't believe them. I literally thought they were lying to me, because those people who were throwing things did not look any different to me than my friends at school or my friends overseas. So it made no sense to me. So I formed a question in my mind of, how can you hate me when you don't even know me?
You started talking to racists.
Well, 5 years later, I began collecting everything I could get my hands on to learn about this ideology.
On racism.
On racism. I bought books on black supremacy, white supremacy, the Ku Klux Klan, the Nazis in Germany, the neo-Nazis over here. I could not find the answer to my question, so I decided, well, you know, who better to ask than someone who would join an organization whose whole premise is hating those who do not look like them or believe as they believe. So I began seeking out members and leaders of the Ku Klux Klan, traveling all over the country to interview them, to write a book on it.
When you meet with these people, how do the conversations usually go?
Well, you know, a Klansman or Klanswoman is not stamped out of a standard cookie cutter. They come from all walks of life. So it goes the whole gamut. But I'll give you an example of a conversation. A Klansman was riding with me in my car. We were talking, I'm driving. He's over here in the passenger seat. And we got on the topic of crime, and he said, well, you know, all black people have a gene within them that makes them violent. I said, what are you talking about? And he says, well, who's doing all the drive-bys and carjackings in Southeast Washington, D.C.? I said, okay, it's black people, but that's what predominantly lives there. I said, who's doing all the crime in Bangor, Maine? White people, because that's what predominantly lives there. I said, you know, you're not even considering the demographics. He said, oh, no. You all have a gene and it has nothing to do with demographics. So then I thought about it. And I said, well, you know what? All white people have a gene within them that makes them a serial killer. He's like, what are you talking about? I said, name me 3 black serial killers. He could not, listen, this man could not name one. I said, John Wayne Gacy, Henry Lee Lucas, Ted Bundy, Charles Manson, Jeffrey Dahmer, Albert DeSalvo, the Boston Strangler, David Berkowitz, Son of Sam, on and on and on. I said, son, you're a serial killer. He said, Daryl, I've never killed anybody. I said, just like you told me, your genus latent hasn't come out yet. And he said, well, that's kind of stupid. I said, well, it's no more stupid for me to say that about you than what you said about me. And he got very quiet. And eventually he changed the subject. Within 5 months, he quit the Ku Klux Klan, and today I own his robe and hood.
That's powerful, man. I like that.
Thank you.
Up next, we've got a former Grand Dragon of the Klan here who credits Daryl for guiding him out of a racist lifestyle. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Coming up next, Steve and Daryl talk to a former Klan leader who turned his hate into love.
You know, he rose through the ranks to Imperial Wizard, which is a national leader. He's gone full circle.
I don't know a soul in this audience, but I apologize.
I think one day Frank Ancona will leave the Klan. And I think one day I'm going to be hanging this robe up in my museum.
Frank, how do you feel about that? Would you like to see Daryl's blue shirt hanging in your museum?
Actually, I wouldn't mind giving him one of our traditional American Nights t-shirts.
I appreciate that, thank you.
But,
I don't know where I would wear it, but you know.
Yeah.
The friends that I've made, I continue to keep. I never set out to convert anybody. I just set out to get that answer to my question. How can you hate me when you don't even know me?
I'm back with Daryl Davis, and that was a clip from a new documentary about Daryl's journey called Accidental Courtesy. Daryl has spent more than 30 years speaking to members of hate groups like the KKK in hopes of changing the way they think. Now, joining us now is a former Klan member, once a Grand Dragon, Scott Shepard. Scott, how'd you get involved in the Klan?
Well, basically, of course, you can tell pretty much by my accent, I'm from the South. The Ku Klux Klan was right there in my backyard. I came from a broken home. I had a father that was alcoholic, and I saw a lot of things growing up that I shouldn't have seen. I was looking for a place to fit in. I didn't like myself. I was full of anger, and I didn't come from a racist family. My mother wasn't racist. My father wasn't racist. Ironically, I was raised by a black lady, and it was just that the KKK was in my backyard, and it was easy for them to grasp a hold of the problems I had and roll me in.
Let me ask you something. So, you're raised by this black woman.
Yes, sir.
When you get in the Klan, how does that affect your relationship with her?
I withdrew. I withdrew from her. I'm happy to say she's 102 years old and still alive. I went years without seeing her. And she's my godmother. But when I finally got on the right track, I went and knocked on the door. She opened the door with her arms open. Hugged my neck, and nothing had been said about it. She accepted me. I was back home.
It's been quite a journey for Scott. You know, he rose through the ranks to Grand Dragon, which means state leader, and then beyond to Imperial Wizard, which is a national leader. He's gone full circle.
What was it about this man? What did he do that opened your eyes or made you start thinking different?
You know, Daryl has given me a new outlook on life. He's taught me a lot of things. Taught me a lot of things about people. And he opened up his hands, his arms, and his heart, and became my brother.
When you had reached all these levels in the Klan, what was it before you contacted him? What was happening in your life
it took a toll on my health. And it destroyed my family. And Daryl got me back on the right track and brought me home.
Yeah, how many children you have?
4.
4. And I understand he has a daughter. You have a daughter. Tell us about that.
I got a daughter named Lori, and it ruined our relationship. She was my heart, and we went years and years and years without seeing each other. She didn't want me around her friends that were black when she got married. It hurt. It still hurts.
Let me tell you something, folks. Scott has reconnected and started conversations with his daughter Lori, and she's here. And she never met Daryl, but she asked us, she wanted to tell Daryl something face to face. So Lori, come on out. Hi, Lori. How you doing, darling? Hey. Lori, go ahead.
I just wanted to thank you so much for giving me my dad back. I know God puts people in the right place at the right time. You know, and you know, not only with me, but my kids. They have a grandfather, and the way he, you know, in my dad's life, there's no way I could have ever accepted his lifestyle the way that he was, you know, the path he was headed down. And because of you, I'm so, so grateful.
No, your dad is my brother.
Well,
So that makes me your uncle.
so much.
What you did, man, was really special for this man. But what you did, sir, was very special because you put it down. You just put hatred down. We need more people, man, to just put hatred down. But you, sir, you a bad man. Keep doing what you're doing.
Well, now, thank you.
I don't know what I'd done without him. I really don't know what I've done without Daryl. And of course, I want to take the opportunity, you know, I try to. I don't know a soul in this audience, but I apologize. Apologize to everyone. I'll be apologizing the rest of my life, but that's okay.
Scott's journey, as well as those of others still in the Klan and those who have left, you know, is documented in the movie you just mentioned, Accidental Courtesy, which is going to air nationwide on PBS on February 13th. And I hope people will take a look at it and see Scott, see myself, and see where he's been, where people can go. Because I think it'll be very influential on a lot of people, and we need it now, you know, in our country.
Yeah. Man, you know, man, from where I'm from, I forgive people like you. I really do. There ain't no more than what I done had to ask forgiveness for. So, It's a big moment for me, man. I swear to God, I didn't think I'd ever sit here, talk to nobody like this. Just the way I come up, you know, so this done helped me, man. I appreciate you, man. I thank God for changing you, because when he changes you and lets us all know he can come get us too.
That's right.
God in the saving business, man. I sure appreciate that. Thank you, sir. I'm Steve Harvey. We'll see you next time, folks.